Hi, I'm Dr. Shannon Sims, Dr. Shan's to most, and I'm so glad that you decided to opt in on this training before you quit or have a full-on breakdown. So here's a little bit of a little bonus before you dive in. I think the training speaks for itself, but I wanted to give you a little bit of insight into what's going on in that noggin of yours. So this is a little bit of neuroscience one-on-one, girl to girl, so that you can kind of get back in the driver's seat. See, here's the thing. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a toxic workplace and you being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. It just knows that your body is under threat. So when your boss is micromanaging you, or you open up LinkedIn again and you get overwhelmed and you feel a pit in your stomach, or you're just kind of staring at a job description and you get frozen and don't know which way to go or what to do next. You're not lazy, you're not indecisive, and you're not broken. It's just you're flooded. See, there's a part of our brain, it's called the prefrontal cortex, and it's the part of our brain that is designed to help us to think through strategy and deep reasoning. And it handles all of our decision making and our higher functioning. And basically, under times of high duress, it literally logs off. It powers down, it shuts down because it uses a lot of energy. It uses the majority of the energy in our brain. And when we're under high stress, high duress, our body produces a chemical called cortisol. Cortisol is really great. I will talk a lot about it. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It pumps out things to help us through high stress situations. But there's like a trigger level. There's a threshold that when we get too much cortisol in our brain, I joke that your brain starts to swim in cortisol. It literally will tell the prefrontal cortex the body is under threat. So much threat. You're using too much power, prefrontal cortex. And the prefrontal cortex says, ooh, too much. We're using too much. The body's under such duress. We have to shut down and conserve energy. We're going to shut down so that the body can survive. And what happens then is our amygdala, our limbic system, kicks in and it puts the panic button in charge. So you literally take the thinking and the reasoning and the part of our brain that makes us smart, steps out of the driver's seat and it puts race car Eddie in front, like, is now in charge. So the emotional panic button that is like, should I freeze? Should I run? Should I burn it all to the ground? Is now the one in charge of making all the decisions. And do you know who doesn't make good decisions? People with their butts on fire do not make good decisions. So it isn't a vibe. It's a chemical event happening in your brain. So if you're like, yesterday everything felt like I could handle it, and today I just am breaking down in tears and I do not know what is happening, take a breath, right? And this is where pattern interrupts come in. And they're so, so vital because what we need to do is literally get our brain to reset, right? So the tools in this mini training and the tools in this toolkit, naming what you're done, filtering what fits, saying what you want out loud, they're all designed. They're not just helpful exercises or feel good kumbaya moments. They're actually designed to help you get your brain to reset and to get your prefrontal cortex back in the driver's seat and to get your amygdala back where it's supposed to be, back in the back. Maybe sometimes the amygdala is kind of like a backseat driver, but we need to get it back in the back so that you get out of your spin and stop spiraling so you can actually think about, where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? So that the things that you're doing actually feel more like you. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling foggy, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you just can't get over it, don't beat yourself up. Be kind to yourself. Take a breath, right? It's okay. You're just overdue. It's the time for a reset. All right. So let's get to it.